Hello there, heroes. I'm the Orange Ranger, and this, I think, is part of the proud tradition of documenting a convention trip. This is going to be my Rangerstop 2019 haul video. These are the things that I picked up at the convention. You might notice that there's not a lot. I didn't really go spend crazy at the convention. I just picked up items that really spoke to me, and stuff that I wanted to get. You see program guides and stuff there, and my pass, which obviously were free. Well, my pass wasn't free, it cost money, but you know what I mean. I didn't buy it at the convention. So I'll be talking about those as well. Just thought this would be a good place to fit it in. Some of the stuff on this table, a couple of things that I can look at in particular, will be getting their own separate videos later on, but I'm obviously going to include them in this as part of talking about the convention. So let's get started. So we're going to start things off here with, I think, the single biggest piece of memorabilia for a convention attendee that just reminds them of all the memories that they made at the convention, and that is going to be the pass itself. This is the Rangerstop Early Access Weekend Pass. I will tell you that under normal circumstances, the convention charged $100 for this. It's all 3 days and granted 1 hour early entry into the merchandise hall and meeting the celebrities as opposed to regular admission, and also came with a t-shirt, which I just realized I'm going to have to show you as well. But Rangerstop had sales on a regular basis, and I actually got this on a 33% off sale. I got it for $67. So I thought that was very nice. And as you see staring you right in the face there, yeah, this is a slightly bittersweet memory because at the Rangerstop convention, there was the memorial service for Robert Axelrod, who, as you see there, played Lord Zed, did several other voices in Power Rangers and in other forms of entertainment there. I did not actually end up attending the memorial just because I felt a little weird about doing that at a convention. I'm sure for a lot of people it was a moving experience and everything, but I just personally decided not to attend there. But Robert is missed. I never got the opportunity to meet him, but I know that he was a wonderful person and loved this franchise and the fandom, and so he will be deeply missed there. But yeah, that was what was on the pass there. On the back, I think was, oh yeah, some people were pointing this out. It also has a little holographic authenticator sticker. I forget what that says, and I know you can't see it, so hang on. So yeah, it just says void if removed, so you got to keep that on there. It has some sponsors there, the exhibitor room hours, which I thought were actually very nice for a convention like this. 3 to 9 on Friday, 9:30 to 6 on Saturday, 10:30 to 5 on Sunday, and then the event hours there as well. And you might have noticed up here on the top, I thought this was a very neat little thing, especially with this being in Orlando. If you've ever been to Disney World, you may have seen the buttons that they give out for, like, it's my birthday, it's my anniversary, celebration buttons. I was actually working at Disney World, believe it or not, when they introduced those. So Rangerstop kind of co-opted that style and everything, which I think is really actually cute, especially, like I said, for the convention being in Orlando, with these Rangerstop buttons. And this was my first Rangerstop convention, so I got it's my first Rangerstop convention button. Those were free. They gave those out at the merch table, as long as you just let them know that you wanted one. And I think I saw one where it was like, it's my blank Rangerstop convention, and the guy was 5th. This was the 7th. So, I don't know if there was like, it's my 2nd, it's my 3rd, and then the blank or whatever, but yeah, it wasn't just first-time attendees that got the button, it was anybody who went as well, so I thought that was cool. Alright, sorry about this, but I got the camera taken down and then realized that I completely forgot to actually show you the Rangerstop t-shirt. So here's a quick look at that. Rangerstop 7 right there, and a nice little group of Rangers that were in attendance for the most part. Rita is going to be Carla Perez. You got Red, Nick, Mystic Force right there for Astarani. Blue, Jungle Fury, Al Janabella. Yellow, Ninja Storm, Glenn McMillan. I think this is supposed to be Patrick David, the Red Psycho Ranger, except it looks purple. So I don't know. Maybe that's like representing an amalgamation of all the Psycho Rangers that were in attendance. But you may notice there's two names that I didn't mention here, and I think I can kind of get them on the edges of a shot. You have Hillary Shepard Turner, who played Divatox, as well as Christy Ann, who played Sarah, the Pink Ninja Steel Ranger. Neither of them were able to attend. They were rather last-minute cancellations, which was unfortunate, and they didn't have time to edit up the design of the t-shirt, but oh well. It's part of remembering what the show was like. I just realized that... So this is a weird optical illusion I just noticed on the t-shirt here. For a second, I thought Divatox had a hold of Rita's staff, but Divatox is wearing gloves, so her arm bends that way, and then Rita's hand is right there. It just really looks like Divatox was holding Rita's staff. I thought that would have been funny. But yeah, this is a 3X. I got this with my convention pass, and it's very comfortable. It's a nice soft material. The chest design seems a touch small for me. That might just be because of the size of the t-shirt, but yeah, I thought it could have been a little bigger. But still pretty cool. Sticking with the stuff that I did not specifically buy at the convention, this was free. This is a little bracelet here for Ancient Warriors. Legacies of Olympus. That is a Power Rangers audio drama about Rangers based on the Greek gods, I believe. I may have that detail slightly off because I haven't listened to it before. I kind of learned about it at this convention. I'm more kind of showing this, because this is just a simple little rubber bracelet, just to bring attention to it. I'm definitely going to check it out. I've heard it's very good. They're talking about moving into animation and even possibly live action. And check that out. They did a panel that I attended at Rangerstop, and also there was Jamingers and the whole like Texasatsu scene, so just check all of that stuff out. It's really cool. This is really cool and something that I don't think we had at Power Morphicon and we were hoping for. This is a program guide, Rangerstop 7 2019 program guide. You of course have the advertisement for the other Rangerstop in Atlanta. The guest list there, the panel schedule, the photo op schedule, the convention exclusives there and what they all cost, and then some ads. I just actually mentioned dealing with the glare on this light is difficult, but I'm trying. Ancient Warriors, Legacies of Olympus, right there. And then you have an ad for Geek Level Asian, Robbie, who I actually met at the convention. He's a cool guy. Alpha Omega Certification Services and Studio Bella that make Power Rangers pillows. Then on the back, thanks to the 2019 sponsors, which is Mosser, Legendary Props, Once a Ranger, Always a Ranger, Saban and Sentai, No Pink Spandex, Rad Toys, and Only One. And yes, this convention is being held again next year, and I plan to be there. Same hotel, 1 weekend later, which I think has something to do with the availability of hotel rooms for Thursday and Monday. That was kind of an issue this year. That's why I didn't get to stay at the convention hotel, because they didn't have openings for Thursday until like right before the convention started, and I had already booked somewhere else. So yeah, hopefully next year I can stay at the convention hotel, because that looked like the far more convenient way of doing it. This I thought was really cute. This is the United States of Rangerstop passport card, aka the ticket to the Intergalactic Dance Party. You must present this card to be teleported to an out-of-the-world experience. Admit one to the Intergalactic Dance Party. Now, here's the thing about that, which is kind of interesting. The dance party was amazing. When we showed up, nobody checked for tickets. There was no staffer at the door checking for anything. I don't know if it was just when we came in or what, but yeah, they didn't seem to be checking for tickets. I did hear tell that some people just walked in. Again, it was a fun party. It was a wonderful experience, but I did pay, I mean, not much. I think the tickets were originally $15, and I paid for this at the same time that I paid for my pass, 33% off. So I paid like, I don't know, $7 or $8. But, you know, yeah, that would have been a little nice, but I thought this part was pretty clever. On the back, there's nothing. And now we will transition over to items that I got for free that weren't from the convention itself. As you can see right here, Ranger Command Power Hour. I attended the Ranger Command Power Hour meetup, which I believe was on Sunday morning. You'll even be able to hear me on that episode talking a little bit about Rangerstop at the meetup. We basically all agreed that it was fantastic and we loved it. But Eric, Trekkie B47, who mainly kind of runs things there and is one of the three hosts, he had designed these decals. He had them at Power Morphicon. He's had them out and around before, but I decided to grab some. So here is the main one. And then there's a helmet one for Lord Draken, as well as Ranger Slayer. We have this. This is a decal, a window decal, that I picked up at there was this one booth that was both BD15 and I think it's like Starlight Props or something like that. I'll put it on the screen to have the correct information, and I'm not entirely sure which one makes this, but I will put that information on the screen as well. This is the Kamen Rider Bujingaim logo, rider logo, from the series Kamen Rider Gaim. Obviously, he was from one of the movies and was the main villain, a rider that never actually untransformed to see who it really was. It was just Kamen Rider Bujin Gaim. He is based on a blood orange, so he is a redder shade of orange. I went to pick up some decals. I was walking around the merch alley with Ranger Liz, and she picked up some decals, and I looked at them, and I didn't see Gaim, and I was really hoping that I would, but I did see Bujin Gaim, and I figure that's close enough. There's little vines there that showed the distinction between Gaim and Bujin Gaim besides the color. So there you go. Not a terrible ton to say about that, but there's that. This thing is awesome, and I really like it. This is an orange SPD, as you see there, brass cuff that you just wear right on your wrist. I'll pop it on my wrist to show you in a second here, but I'll just describe it first. This is made by Henshin Vault, and I want to say this was $30, but I just had to jump on it. It was good quality, and being the Orange Ranger, I had to get it. I actually posted this picture to Twitter telling people that I had gotten it, and I tagged Kelson Henderson. I was like, representing Kelson, and he responded and was like, hell yeah. So that was pretty cool. Not a lot to it, just a brass cuff that says SPD. It is orange to represent actually both Boom and Cat, he said. So I thought that was an interesting little touch there. I ended up getting the last one. I got the one that was on the display, so I was very fortunate to have gotten my hands on this. There you go. There it is on my big hairy wrist there. It might look nicer if you're wearing, you know, some kind of nice fancy clothes or whatever, but I just wore it like a bracelet most days, and people thought it was pretty neat. So, and you see, it doesn't go all the way around. It just does like that. It's bendable. It's adjustable. Big wrist, small wrist. You'll be able to wear this. Henshin Vault. There you go. Now, this was specifically purchased for review. This was a stand in the merch alley there that I was talking to, and they have made their own comic book. It's called Masked Heroes Time Strikers, and the story was described to me as like Time Force if they actually time traveled. Their point being that the Time Force Rangers only really went through time once, you know, back to the present day of the show, and kind of stayed there. But this is about a team of Rangers that actually travel through time on a regular basis. I decided to go ahead and pick this up and give it a little review and give it some press there, see if it's good there. So I'll be reviewing that at some point. That's one of the other videos I mentioned. I got issue 1 and then something else I'm going to show you, and he decided to throw in issue 2, probably the completion of like a first arc. So those are there. And there you see the card for Time Strikers, created by, and I hope I'm pronouncing this right, Ale and Dan Becker. And that's at AFJ Art on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and their own website, timestrikers.com. So be sure to check that out. Oh, cute little picture on the back of the three. I kind of like the chibi anime art style. And some nice looking Rangers there. Or Time Strikers as they were. Some nice strikers. So the other thing I picked up here is this. This is Star Rangers Magical Space Cadet Squad. #1 special triple-sized first issue. So this is issue 1 of Star Rangers Magical Space Cadet Squad. The artist was also at his booth there, and I'm going to show their card in just a second, but I remember them speaking at a panel as well, and basically their whole assertion was, why can't magical girls be considered tokusatsu? I think the primary response to that would be if they're animated, then it's not tokusatsu anyway, which is literally live action with special effects. But in general, the idea, you know, I think absolutely. You had Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon, which was a live action version of Sailor Moon. That's absolutely a tokusatsu. So this should be pretty interesting. It seems kind of like maybe a Sailor Moon type magical girl show, Precure, etc., kind of through the eyes of like Power Rangers and Kamen Rider and etc., etc. So there's that. So that is Kagura's art, and you see the email address right there, and kagurasart.com. Kaguras_art on Twitter, Instagram, and DeviantArt, so make sure to check out both of those websites, and check out these nifty books, and I will be trying to get a review of them posted whenever that's possible. But I think this is unquestionably the get of the convention, the haul of the entire show for me personally. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it is Fruity Jesus himself, Kamen Rider Gaim, Orange Arms. This one has a quick story associated with it, and I'll probably retell it when I review this because I'm absolutely going to review this figure. But the quick story is that Liz and I were walking through the merch hall, and we saw this one booth, Timbree 3D. I don't have a card for them or anything, but it's Timbree 3D. I'll try to make sure to mention it in the description or the comments or something. And it was a booth that had all sorts of old toys, new toys, custom toys, anything like that. Pretty sure it's a 3D printing company. So they also had these big like tubs of all sorts of toys around the booth, which was on a corner. One of the tubs was entirely full of Figuarts, SH Figuarts. For anybody unfamiliar, SH Figuarts is a very advanced kind of adult collector line of figures that are highly articulated, highly detailed, well-painted, accessories, etc., etc. Kind of like our Lightning collection now here in the U.S., some people argue back and forth whether Figuarts or Lightning collection is better, but that's right along those same lines. So we spotted this tub, and we just started kind of digging through it, looking through, ooh, what do you have? Do you have anything that's not sold anymore, that's harder to find, etc., etc.? I moved one figure, and there was Orange Jesus waiting for me. And so I just held him up, looked at the guy, and said, how much? I would have paid probably up to $30 for this figure because it's not really available anymore. I'm not going to go into like what the aftermarket is until I actually do my video, but like, you know, it's hard to get your hands on now. And this guy looks me right in the face and says, $10. And I said, excuse me? And Liz like dove into the bin. I managed to just restrain myself to this one. I'm very specific, I can be kind of picky, and I am nearly obsessed with the color orange, as you well know. I also like the fruit orange, so this is perfect for me. Kamen Rider Gaim is my favorite rider, not just because of Orange Arms. It's my favorite rider show and all that stuff, but yeah. I had to get my hands on this, and there's definitely a video coming for that. So enjoy that when it comes, but I was very, very, very excited to get this. Alright folks, you'll have to forgive me one more little brain fart here. This is actually the day after I recorded that video, and I was just looking around my room while putting the finishing touches on the video, and I saw this, and I completely forgot to talk about it because it was attached to my backpack, and I just didn't think about it. This is a little perler bead pixel SPD boom Orange Ranger, which of course I had to get when I saw it. The story on this is that I was actually taking one little last walk around the merch hall on Sunday. Just, you know, they were packing up, they were getting ready to go, and I was like, all right, let me see what I can find. And this stand, which by the way is Pixels by Rin, and I'll put it on the screen right over there. Boom will be staring right at it. Pixels by Rin, they were having a wrapping up the convention sale, so I got a little discount on this. I don't remember exactly how much it was, but I think it was $10, I want to say. Not bad. Not bad. Cute little design there. I thought it was really awesome, and it's Orange Ranger, so I've got to have it. So I got that, and now it is accompanying Raichu on my backpack, and I think it's neat. Alright, so there you go. That is everything that I got at Rangerstop this year. Again, it wasn't a very big pile. There was only a couple things that I actually bought and spent money on. But you might notice that every single one of those items has a little memory attached to it, a little story from the convention. And that's really what I think it's all about. So that's going to wrap up my Rangerstop haul video. Thank you all so much for watching. Make sure to like the video down in the comments below. If you were at Rangerstop, let me know. Did we get to meet? I was happy to meet some people that have viewed the channel and stuff. I'm always happy to meet some of my heroes, some of my folks that have seen the work that I do. Who did you meet there? What kind of experience did you have? If you weren't able to go there, you know, just tell me about like a really neat piece of convention merchandise that you scored, that you picked up. Just something kind of like my Kamen Rider Gaim over there, an unbelievable deal, or just like, you know, maybe like the Ancient Warriors bracelet, a little something to publicize a show that clued you into something that you now really love. Let me know about that down in the comments below. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Consider joining my Patreon or donating to the channel on Ko-fi. And until next time, heroes, may the power protect you.